to the PI show. My name's Harry Nowicki. I'm a personal injury lawyer with colleague Tony Carbone, who's a personal injury lawyer. And tonight we've got a special guest, Stephanie Price, an up-and-coming personal injury lawyer. Hi. Welcome, Steph. How are you?
Hi, Tony.
We're here sort of to discuss a range of cases tonight, but Tony's got something that we're looking at international news tonight, Tony.
Yeah, Harry, the topical subject at the moment is people that have got AIDS or hepatitis and these sorts of viruses, transmitting those to, I don't know, partners and people like that.
Members of the public.
Yeah, and in this case we've got the German pop singer who got AIDS in 1999, and she kept it to herself, and she slept with about 5 different people over that period of time without disclosing that she had the virus.
But she's charged, I think, with criminal offences in Germany, and she's facing trial.
Well, she's had her trial, but we don't know what the result is at this stage. But if she gets convicted, and I think she will, she's facing between 6 months and 10 years in prison. So I'm not sure what do you think, Steph? Is that hefty or light or?
Oh, look, I don't know. It sounds pretty hefty, given that she claims that she was unaware, I think, of her status.
I don't think that's right. I think she says that she admits
she knew
to knowing
at some stage.
Right.
But look, I think it's the interaction of criminal aspects or criminal charges versus civil charges. So none of the people, as far as we know, are suing civilly at this stage.
At this stage, no.
But someone did sue civilly in America, Tony.
Yeah, in America.
Can only be in America, Tony.
Roberto Alama, some famous baseballer, was sued by his ex-girlfriend for contracting AIDS. And it sounds to me that we don't know what the result of the settlement is because it was confidential, but we believe it was $15 million settled out of court. Yeah. So it's pretty hefty sum.
Not quite the David Jones sum, but not far from it.
Well, Harry, I was in the States recently. These baseball players and get a lot of money, Harry. They're on big contracts, 20 years, $100 million. So, yeah, 15 million sounds probably...
Well, the settlement came with no admission that he was even infected, though, or that he intended to infect her, so...
But again, it just shows you civilly that people do sue, and, you know, the sums can be significant.
Well, Harry, I mean, it's a very interesting topic. We've got to weigh up the interests of the public and also the interests of privacy for the person that's carrying the viruses. So that's what we're looking at tonight, I think. Is that right?
Yeah. We've got a case that ran actually in Sydney this year, which was...
Judgment was just a few months ago.
Judgment a few months ago, and $750,000.
Yeah. Principally that was for the economic loss suffered by the plaintiff, but there was also awards for exemplary and aggravated damages.
What were the facts of the case? I mean, you've got some basic facts there, or Steph?
The plaintiff was infected by his boyfriend with HIV, so he's now positive. Sued his partner on the basis that he wasn't aware that he was infected at the time, and he's positive. He's suffering ongoing loss.
And the heads of damages, Harry. I mean, he's sued under quite a few different heads. Obviously, general damages, which is his pain and suffering and loss of enjoyment of life. He was awarded, what, $250,000, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah, $250,000, and then economic loss is significant. I think he was a qualified nurse. He was going to go to Dubai.
He passed up jobs in the Middle East, high-paying jobs, that he's not going to be able to pursue those. Obviously.
And there's an interesting element, which is loss of life expectancy.
Yeah, there wasn't much awarded for that. He only got $15,000.
$15,000. That was on the basis of an earlier case in which someone was awarded $20,000 originally, and it was reduced on appeal. So it seems
it's a small amount, but it's.
And my reading of the case is that his life was reduced by approximately 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
So, geez, not a lot of money for what $1,500 per year of your life.
Yeah,
that's a bit rough.
But I mean, the principal award of damages for pain and suffering whilst you're alive.
Yeah.
And pain and suffering is significant. $250,000, Tony, is significant.
Look, he was looked after in terms of aggravated damages and punitive damages. So,
well, what's aggravated damages?
Well, the aggravated damages, he was awarded additional damages for the fact that it was a particularly nasty circumstance in which he was infected, in that his partner at the time led him, in fact, to believe that the plaintiff was the infected party, and so it was
a lie upon a lie.
Yeah, he went around thinking that he was actually the person who was infected.
How did the plaintiff find out Harry?
They were at a doctor's clinic and the defendant fessed up.
But initially didn't he get a phone call off some ex-boyfriend?
Yeah. They were on holidays and he got a call from the ex-boyfriend saying, look, this guy's...
He's got AIDS.
Yeah.
And he didn't believe it.
He trusted his boyfriend, so he didn't heed the warning. Fair enough.
He thought it was just sour grapes. Is that what the problem was?
Yeah.
But and then there was also the aggravated damages, exemplary damages, and punitive damages.
Yeah.
No punitive damages.
I think there was.
No punitive.
Was
damages.
there an award?
Well, the exemplary damages are.
Is punitive damages,
Yeah.
Harry?
So
yeah. And what was that amount, Steph? Do you know?
that was 50,000, I think.
Was it?
50,000.
So
That's punishment. That's to deter other people from doing what he did.
to indicate that the court's disapproval with the conduct.
And aggravated's for humiliation and embarrassment and that sort of stuff, isn't
Above and beyond the pain and suffering that the plaintiff experiences by being infected, it's the fact of the nasty nature of his infection.
And also the fact that the defendant led the plaintiff to believe that he gave it to him.
Yeah.
So there's the humiliation and things attached to that, isn't there?
Yeah.
But look, the other issue is the defendant didn't appear. So it was they entered default judgment on non-appearance of the defendant.
We don't know what he does for work, do we?
What the defendant does.
Yeah.
No.
So
Look, it's unclear if he'll even see a cent of the award, but...
it just shows you what how the courts look at these sorts of cases and what they're worth or how they assess damages.
The judgment's good for 15 years, Steph.
Yeah.
Harry. So
I wouldn't be confident he's going to see a penny of it, Tony.
Oh, still 15 years. If the other fellow gets on with his life, he might.
If he wins Stats Lotto, Tony.
Oh, he might get a job.
Satisfied, right?
He might make money. You never know.
Yeah. Look, it'll be hanging over his head, so
Yeah.
He might. Well, the only prospect is if he has a house. If he has
house. Yeah. Or if he's got a high-paying job and you can always try and
garnish his wages.
Wages. Yeah. There's means and there's ways, I guess.
But Steph, it raises the issue of is it a criminal charge to infect someone with HIV?
Well, it
can be in some circumstances.
Not specifically HIV, but any communicable disease. To deliberately infect someone, it's a criminal act.
It's part of the interaction between crime and torts, if you like. But I think we've got another case coming up.
Yeah, we've got to go to the sponsors break. So viewers, keep watching. Don't go away. We'll be back very shortly. Thank you.